Part 3. As they exited the restaurant, Eddie held the door open and lightly put his hand on the small of her back as they started walking together along the city sidewalk. Tabitha neither pulled away nor leaned into the gesture. Emboldened, he slid his hand down and took hers gently into his own. It felt right, and they walked together back to the lab, hand in hand. It was just a beginning, but one that had been a long time coming, like a seed that had finally peeked its way through fertile soil under the warmth and gentle watering of Eddie's tenderness and respect. As they entered the building, they returned to their respective areas and got back to work. Something had shifted during that lunch, and the air seemed calmer and flowed between them easily. A new piece of data that Tabitha shared was exclaimed over and discussed. Then they again returned to the work. Eddie, for the first time in his life, felt at peace, and it was glorious. Tabitha stared at her screen, butterflies dancing in her stomach, or maybe it was the tacos from lunch. She had known that Eddie was interested in her since they had first met a year ago, when she had been assigned as his lab assistant at the university. She never told him that she also found him intriguing and moderately attractive. Her first college romance had been with a lab partner over 3 years ago, and it had ended with tears, a restraining order, and a black eye for herself. It had not taken long to heal from the physical wounds that her lover had left her, but far longer were the ones left on her heart. She spent many hours talking to therapists, exhaustively discussing her own traumatic childhood, and was way over dissecting her demons. So she retreated into oversized clothes and an unhealthy appetite that added weight to her curvaceous frame. Most of the male gaze had stopped eyeing her when she was out grocery shopping, which had been a relief. But being in close quarters with Eddie had actually been the most healing part of her journey. When she had made it quite clear that she was not interested, he gave her plenty of space and merely admired her from a distance, albeit a short one considering the size of the room they worked in. "Oh my God!" Eddie burst out, startling Tabitha out of her reverie. "What?" She shot up and came over, pulled in by his exuberance. "It worked! We found the energy source!" He gestured towards the computer model being displayed on the screen and moved his chair backwards to give her a clearer view. The subject, a female grad student that they had attached wires to as she performed her unusual talents, was displayed with radiating colored lines flowing around about 6 inches from her body. Most of the lines flowed yellow, but the ones coming out of her hands glowed red, and they changed to blue as they connected to her feet. They had actually found a way to view and show the emotional energy that the subject could control at will. They watched as a second person appeared on screen, Eddie. The subject's red lines wavered briefly, then curled outward to intercept the green that flowed all around him. The woman could change the aura and emotional states of the people she was near. It was an incredible achievement that hard science could now back Eddie's theory. Eddie and Tabitha grinned at each other in excitement and spontaneously hugged. The friendly gesture lasted 2 beats longer than was necessary, and Tabitha could feel Eddie's body responding to her closeness. Instead of pulling away, she burrowed a little further into the embrace and stroked his back with her hands. He froze, and she quickly pulled away, embarrassed.